All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Time for phase 2 of this session.
All right,
take it away, Bo.
I need a march order.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm in front.
Pharrell, Nash, Hope, and Stanley.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. So you guys proceed. Do you have a lantern? We still have a lantern illuminating the way.
Yeah, I'll bring the lantern back out.
All right. So
I got my torch.
You proceed down the cave, and the cave continues to have this black wall around it, and but it narrows down to a 7-foot passage, about 5 feet wide, and you guys are single file making your way down this slope. And as you proceed, for about 100 to 200 feet down this cavern, trying to make as little noise as possible. Up ahead, Varel, you notice there's a unevenness in the ground in front of you, and you see, you're able to see that the rock surface of the ground is uncharacteristically flat for about 5 feet ahead of you.
Hold. It's slippery.
It's a bit of moisture on the ground for sure. But
what are you seeing up there, Varel?
And I'll put my bulk up against the wall to try to let the rest of the party kind of like get a glance. And this ground has changed, and knowing Thailander, likely a trap.
Well, why don't we try our usual tricks and throw something at it? Can we
you guys all get a closer look at it, and there's no glowing glyph or anything like that on this, but this rock appears to be square cut on the ground. So it's just raised just like a quarter inch off the ground, enough for Varel to have taken.
Oh, nice. I rolled a 21 perception to see if I can figure out what it is.
All right, you'll have to do an investigation if you're looking to figure out what it is.
Oh, okay.
You definitely see what Varel pointed out, which was about a square piece of rock cut out about 5 by 5 feet.
Cool. 11 for investigation.
Okay. So you approach, you move ahead of Varel and approach it, and lay a finger gently on it, and you feel a bit of give, like it's clearly in your mind some kind of pressure plate or button.
It's a pressure plate.
A device.
We can just step over it, can't we? It's only 5 feet. Only 5 feet.
You guys can make jumps over it, but Stanley will have to make a difficulty check.
How long has it been since our last rest, either short or full?
Just before the last room, you rested in the rock trap room.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
we can short rest when and where needed, but we also have to keep moving.
I just want to get Stanley in better shape so we're not having to...
I'm doing okay, but it's my ribs. I think they're broken. I don't think they're going to be healing anytime soon.
Perhaps a lizard bridge would aid. I'll do a push-up atop it, and you can walk across me.
Yeah, you can stretch your body out far enough, but you will have to make an athletics check with an easy DC, just to ferry people over.
Yeah,
that would be.
We can give that a try. The lizard bridge.
Lizard bridge.
All right, so you stretch yourself out over the plate, so you're now like a big tent over top of it.
Yeah, just kind of fall straight down.
Yep. You clutch yourself, and so you're there, and you're careful not to upset or touch it in any way. So there's a lizard now that you're able to climb over. Now you'll have to climb over on your hands and knees because the ceiling's only 7 foot, and he's low, but that only gives about 4 feet of clearance. So, but his body is strong and rigid enough.
The planks made me strong.
Yeah. Who goes
Stanley?
first?
All right, I'll make my way over across the lizard bridge.
Let's get your first athletics check.
14.
All right. You notice nothing. Your body doesn't budge. You are strong. You are bridge. Who's next?
Hope.
I mean, do we want to tempt fate? It's not that big of a plate. I think most everybody else could probably make it across, right?
Hope's on our way across. As you say this, roll Varel.
Strength. 19.
All right, Nope makes her way across without any trouble. You are strong. You are bridge. Nash, it's your turn to climb across the lizard bridge.
Nash, I know you love jumping. I do not want to deny you the pleasure.
I want to be thrown. F to jumping. Will you? What if you got? Wait, who's left? Hope, or did
Just
Hope
you.
get over? Just me?
Just you.
Why don't you get up and throw me?
Nash, we attempted to do a throw in the oil build room, and you weren't for it. I am confused.
I've warmed up to the idea.
Change your ways.
I mean, look, I'll walk over you if that's what you demand.
No, I wish you to have success, and our friendship is at stake here.
Yeah, I agree. So throw me. Just grab me with your huge lizard hands and toss me like you mean it.
Okay, that's going to be a harder check, but you can do it.
Toss him like one of your French girls.
All right, I push myself back up. All right, and grab Nash by the back and the buttocks.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna press against the wall, move back a little bit.
No.
Yeah, I'm
jump.
gonna make room as well.
All right, roll your dice.
All right, jump with me, Nash.
I'm ready.
Throw. 18.
All right, you're not jumping too, Varel. You're just throwing him, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just heaving him.
Yeah, you fire him. Fire him across. Dexterity save, please, Nash.
Okay, hold on. Hold on to your butts. Oh, I don't have any. Okay. 16.
Okay, so he fires you across, and you're in the air, and your hands are flailing. Your hands and legs are just flailing a little bit, but then you gain control, and then you're able to land on your feet and not fall over. And you've got your staff in your hand, and you're safe across the other side.
I rise up with my staff. Now that the staff is down, I pull myself up and go,
Well done.
y'all should try this. Bad ass, I yell.
All right, Varel, you still have to get across.
All right, I will just do a normal run and jump.
Okay, yeah, easily get across. Like, whoop, with this grace of a lizard, you jump, keep your head low so as not to hit the ceiling, and make it your way across. All right, the pressure plate's behind you, and the passage continues on.
Take up the lead again.
You proceed down for another, in the same marching order, for another 200 feet down, ever down. And eventually it opens up into this small room. And in the small room, you see this wooden door with a wooden metal clasp on it. You see there's like a lock mechanism that you can see from this side, but probably from the other side. The curious thing about this particular door is above the door, in some kind of ceramic or metal, you're not quite sure the material, you see this face carved in it. It's the face. It looks humanoid, but you can't quite place what race this might be, but there's a face above the door.
And it's making a sour, angry face?
It has like a...
Okay.
Let's look like this.
I like it.
Quizzical.
It's like consternation on its face, it looks like.
All right.
It's not quite humanoid, it's just of a face. It's got this round circular. It's like a green, like a greenish, rustish color. Maybe green from oxidization. Clearly it's a metal and not a ceramic.
Can I do a survival check or nature check on the door to see if it's the same wood from the earlier door? Age of the door?
Sure.
Or 5.
Well, you take a look and you see that this door is humans like to take their wood and put like a stain on it of some kind. So it actually looks kind of light brown and fresh. Doesn't look like an aged contraption. Looks new.
And the door's the only thing in this room.
Yeah, this room, it's about 10 by 10. It opens up a little bit into this room, enough so that you can sort of all stand together in a circle and stand in front of the door.
Can I do an Arcana check on this face?
Mm-hmm.
I say, I'm worried this could be a ward. or some other protective feature of this place.
Mm-hmm.
I roll a 15. Not well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you describe how exactly you're examining the door?
Well, I want to get up to it and just sort of. I mean, imagine my microphone is this door. I want to kind of just sort of get like this with it and sort of put my hands around it, see if I can sense anything.
I want to feel for the mana waves.
Yeah, feel any magical
manipulate.
anything there.
You bring your hands up to it. You're feeling for mana waves, and then you hear this creaking of metal, and the face goes, Achoo! And a bunch of like rock spittle just lands in your face as you check it out.
Bless you.
Face is moving now, and pardon me. You there? You made me sneeze.
I wasn't aware that you could talk, or that you were real.
Of course I can talk.
Well, you're the first metal face I've seen that can do that.
Why, who do we have here? Oh, we've got some visitors. Hello.
Hello.
Hi
Hello.
down there. Excuse me. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Could you scratch my nose? Pinch my nose? Closed?
Stanley.
No, Nash, I don't have time for whimsy. You pinch the nose.
Fine. I reach out and grab it before you can do it.
Okay, and you pinch it closed, and the metal is very hard to give, but it like squeezes in, and he's like, "Thank you." So dusty down here. And then the face kind of freezes again.
Oh, it's yeah.
We were hoping to get through the door here.
And it blinks a few times and moves and goes, "You'd like to get through the door?
Yes.
Well, I can't just let you through the door. If you want to get through the door, you have to know the secret password."
Great. Where does one get the secret password? Oh, wait, did she know the words? What is that, Hope? Say it again.
That's not the password. I think you might not know the password. I can't just let you guess every single word in existence.
Where does one get this password?
Well, it's if you know the password. If you know the password, then you can give me the password.
But how does... Don't give me your chicken and egg bullshit, Door. How do you get the... How do you know it? If you don't know it, you don't know it. So you have to know it.
Okay, listen. It seems like you really want to get in the door, and I'm going to tell you something. I love opening the door. I love it so much. So perhaps if you could answer for me a riddle, I'll open the door for you. But I can't just open the door for everybody. What would other doors think of me?
They
They'd
would
probably
think you were loose.
Exactly. Exactly. Whatever your name is, the fancy lad over there.
My name is Stanley Billings. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
That's a lovely name. I knew a door named Stanley. He was very nice.
That's fantastic to know. Do you have a name?
You're asking me my name?
Well, it seems only proper.
No one has ever asked me my name. Look at you. Oh, you're dear. My name is Dorothy.
How do you spell it, Dorothy?
Dorothy? D-O-R-O-T-H-Y.
Wait.
Dorothy.
You're a door. Your name
I'm
Dorothy.
Dorothy the door.
And you didn't spell it with 2 O's.
I didn't give me my name.
Who did?
My door gave me.
Who? Nash just kind of walks over to the thing, shaking his head. He's like, I cannot believe I'm talking to a door. We're wasting time.
Pay him no mind, Dorothy. He's He's a sourpuss. Your
Really,
name
I can
is
see that.
beautiful. It is a shame you have not had an opportunity to share it with more people.
Oh, thank you for saying so, Stanley.
Well, not a problem at all. Now, you had a riddle for us?
Is there someone significant in your life, Stanley?
Only you.
The door
I'll look back at
blushes.
Burrell and Nash.
The metal on the door cheek heats up a little bit. He's a little red spot. Perhaps you'd like to help me open my door, Stanley.
Oh, that would be lovely, but let's not rush into things. I don't imagine you get too many visitors down here. I'm quite enjoying your company.
No,
I'll go
it's,
over where Nash was.
it's only, one or two of the usual people that use the door.
Oh,
They're just in and out. They leave. They don't spend any time with me, that's for sure.
Well, it seems terribly rude to have someone of your character and just ignore it and treat you like, well, quite frankly, some common door.
You're quite incredible. I've never met anyone quite as nice to dolls as you.
Oh, you flatter me, Dorothy.
Now, you're not just being nice to get through me.
No, I'm genuinely intrigued by the
You're not
first...
just trying to saying these nice things to get in my door.
I am almost appalled that you would suggest such a thing.
I have to be careful because people aren't very nice to dolls.
No,
They
people have
think
been
of us
known
as
to
objects
use
and
them.
not as people.
That's right. And it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This is
So-
getting weird, says Nash.
He's
What's
one
weird
of the
about a
people that
doll?
would use it that way. Don't listen to him. He was dropped as a child.
I don't know how you manage to stay this way with friends like that around. Must be
He's-
very difficult.
Acquaintance, please.
Look at this fierce one over here. Is this a lizard?
Yes, this is my friend Vorel.
Oh,
and,
hello, Vorel.
And
I'm
this
Dorothy.
tiefling is Hope.
Ah, hello,
Hello.
Hope. I like your... Well, she doesn't have hands, but I like your horns.
Thank you. I like the metal of your face.
Thank you. I really could use a touch-up. I've been down here quite a long time.
Well, Dorothy, with your
Lots of
permission, there's
dust.
something that I could try and see if it could help.
Achoo! Rocks come out again. So dusty down here.
Well, let's see if we
Perhaps you
can
could
take
help
care of
clean
that.
My nose a little bit.
Press the digitation on the door.
Ah.
Ooh.
Ah, it's much better. I can breathe again.
Now, see, that is the proper way, Nash, that you treat a lady.
She's not a lady, she's a door.
A lady door.
That makes no sense. I don't... Ugh. This implies that there are men doors. What's the difference between them? Are they mating? Are they putting man door penises inside of lady door vaginas and making
What are you talking about?
baby doors? She says she
What
has
are
a
those words he's saying?
she has a mother door. This makes no sense. This
Nash,
is
you of all people in this world should not be the first to judge people on their genitalia.
I'm not judging. I'm saying this is this is nonsense. It's clearly an enchanted object that's been made to think it's real and given its own personality, and it thinks it's sentient. It's not. This is all dark. It's all dark magic.
Well, I never.
Nash, I hate to tell you, but you're a living scab.
I know, but at least I am my scabs.
Dorothy, see what I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
I do.
It's
Dorothy.
almost unbearable.
If it weren't for you, I would let out the death trap and kill all of you.
Well, first of all, really appreciate that you didn't, because, well, I like being alive, honestly. But don't judge these other two on his character. He's a crusty,
It's
humdrum
only because of
person.
you that I haven't tried to, kill you, because you're clearly intruders here. But you've been really nice to me, Stanley.
When a daddy door really, really loves mommy door, and I'm just so absurd, I think this is over here, that I'm just rolling my eyes and pacing. He's had it. Nash Magard of the Solar Mines, he's had it.
This is too much. The mushrooms were fine, but this is where the line is drawn.
So
Now,
let me
Dorothy,
ask. Oh, go ahead. Pardon me.
you had a riddle for us. Why don't we play the little game that you had?
Well, so I will open my door if you answer a question. Okay. 1 second. Let me think of one.
Would the babies be
Okay, here we go.
hatches or drawers?
So here I'm going to begin now. Okay.
I'm gonna walk up next to Stanley and stand by him so Varel and Nash can discuss together.
A precious gift, this, yet it has no end or beginning, and in the middle, nothing. Everyone's so quiet. Did you understand what I said?
Could you
I'll read it again for you.
Repeat it.
A precious gift, this, yet it has no end or beginning, and in the middle, nothing.
A circle.
You're so close. It's a precious gift.
A ring.
Stanley, you got it. Oh, you got the question. That was too easy. I'm not going to open the door for an easy question.
This is
You got it
horseshit.
too easy.
You said
do
you'd
another
open
one.
it. Open it. My red eye is getting super red.
Let's do another one. Don't open the door. I'll have to kill all of you. I will flood this room with magical lasers. You'll kill all of you. Don't open the door. All right, here's another one. Try this one for size, okay?
Sure.
All across the countryside, to front doors he travels, but you never invite him in. It's got 4 letters. I'll give you a hint. It's 4 letters.
I'm sorry, one more time on that.
All across the countryside, to front doors he travels, but you never invite him in.
Wind.
Yeah, it's probably.
Oh, sorry, Borel. That's not the right answer.
How many guesses do we get?
I don't know. Let's say 3 or 4, and then maybe it'll be bad news for you.
And you said it had 4 letters.
4 letters. He travels to front doors. Is it too hard? Did I ask one that's too hard?
Well, you give us a moment. We're conferring.
Okay.
It is a very challenging riddle, Dorothy. You should be very proud of
I'll
it.
give you the first letter. How about that? Starts with
that
a
would-
P. It starts with a P, Stanley. It's 4 letters, starts with a P. It travels all across the countryside. Into front doors, he travels, but you never invite him in. I realize perhaps in this world there aren't very many of them. Because there's a lot of desert.
Oh, hold on. Because it's a lot of desert.
Nash, did you have something come to your mind?
No. I got nothing. I mean, if it's we live in a wasteland. How if it's not a thing from here, how are we going to know the answer to this? It doesn't matter if we know the first letter.
All right, then it looks like it's too hard. I'll ask you a different one, and I'll tell you the answer to this one. How about that?
Fine.
I just like that you're playing with me. It's a path.
Oh shit.
Ah,
that is.
yeah.
that's clever.
That's very good. I think I might use that one and share it with others.
I'm impressed, Door.
Here's another one. Here's a new one for you. It's a long one, but maybe you'll like this one. Axes and swords will not help you through, yet it and a little push will do. Some in the road would have fought and soon died, were it not close at hand to let them inside. It's 3 letters. I'll speak again. Axes and swords will not help you through, yet it and a little push will do. Some in the road would have fought and soon died, were it not close at hand to let them inside.
I got it. Hold, Nash, I'm over here. Nash, I got my hand up.
Okay.
I know it. I know it.
Okay, cranky man, what's the answer?
Key.
Oh, you got one! Congratulations! Very good.
Well
Oh,
done,
that makes me
Nash.
feel
I didn't
so
even know
good
you
when
were
you get questions right. Ugh.
Okay, let us in now. Damn it.
Oh, I don't think I can let you in yet.
I
You
freaking
answer
knew
another
it.
one. How about you answer another one? Yes?
Well,
Yes?
I mean, you are such pleasant company. I would hate for it to end too soon. But, I mean, we do have pressing matters. We can always come back.
You want me to open my door for you?
I mean, ideally, we do need to get by, but we can always do another riddle if you're having fun.
I'm enjoying myself. Are you not enjoying yourself, Stanley?
I am. I'm having a wonderful time. The only concern is, as I said, the matters that we must attend to are unfortunately most dire. It weighs quite heavily on us. So I am conflicted between this wonderful time I'm having and the matters that are to come.
Okay. Roll persuasion for that one.
That is going to be a 14.
I've been entrusted with the job not to just open up for anybody. Would you still respect me if I was your door and I opened up for some other folks and let them in because they were perhaps handsome and charming and very lovely to look at?
Well,
Yes.
I think it could be a valuable lesson, Dorothy, because honestly, it sounds like these other people are just using you. To me, this strikes of an opportunity to say that you are your own door and you will not be treated this way, and that perhaps if they had used the same level of appreciation and care that others would, they would get better out of you because that's what you deserve.
Persuasion again.
That is going to be a 17.
You mean to say that the man who put me here does not care about me whatsoever?
I mean, if I had a door of your charm and quality and attitude, I would want to speak with you every day. I wouldn't simply walk through you as if I had other things to do.
Oh, Stanley. Oh my, roll a persuasion check, please.
That's a 12.
You're so wonderful. So you've got business to conclude in there, and then you'll come back and get me, and we'll leave this place?
Well, I'm not entirely sure how we'll get you out, but Dorothy, I could do everything in my power to do so. Do you think you could be safely removed
Yes.
from this place?
I'll come with you. I'm not quite sure how, but we'll figure it out together. Love can't stop anything. Poof, and the door just whips open and slams open. Poof, slams open. Hurry along and come back for me, love.
Thank you, Dorothy. We'll be back shortly as soon as our business concludes. You have been wonderful. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, thank you. All right. And so, is there a march order? Stanley, you going in first? What's going on?
Yeah, I guess being in the front, I guess I would walk in first.
Okay. So you go to walk into the door. Can I get a march order from everyone?
I'll do the rear since Stanley's not in the back. I'll go in the back.
Okay. So it's
Okay,
save
I'll go behind Stanley.
Cool.
Okay.
And I'll follow Hope.
All right. John, make a dexterity save, please.
Oh, jeez. That is going to be 17.
Okay, you go to walk through the door, and you sort of walk through thinking everything's safe because your interaction with her has been so pleasant. You feel like there's going to be no problems here. And then as you walk through the door, the ground vanishes from beneath your feet. And a big pit's there, and you just manage to hang on, grab onto the side, in your rib in pain. And you're on the far side of this sort of 5-foot chasm right on the other side of the door, and all you hear from the door is you should have seen the look on your face, Stanley. Oh shit, it's hilarious.
I very nearly died just now, Dorothy. I don't think that's particularly as funny as you do.
Good luck in there. And the door shuts immediately behind you and bumps. Who's in the back? Varel. Bumps for Varel, who bumps.
I'm in the back.
No, bumps Nash, who bumps Varel, who bumps Hope into the hole. Make a dexterity check.
Ah!
Oh my lord. I don't trust that door.
Just for Hope. Just for Hope.
Oh, okay.
She's right in front of Stanley.
A 7.
All right, you fall into the hole.
I scream.
Do I see that this is a big long pit? Because if so, I cast Featherfall.
It's a small pit. Okay, you use a reaction to cast Featherfall.
Yeah.
I was gonna really roll some savage damage dice on this one.
Nah.
All right, you reach out, cast Featherfall, and it's just a hole. It goes down, and as you float down, you see little spikes, like wooden, jagged spikes, and you land sort of safely amongst the spikes about 30 feet down. You're now in a 30-foot hole with no way out. And Stanley's clutching onto the top on the other side, and Nash and Burrell are in front of the hole, looking on in horror.
Stanley, your flirtations continue to get us in trouble.
What? No, Stanley, save me, Varel.
Told
Hope's
him
not dead.
Never trust a talking door.
Now is hardly the time. We need to get Hope out.
Perhaps the babies would be chests or drawers.
Pull me out of the hole.
All right, I'll grab Stanley and pull him back.
He's across
Oh,
about 5 to 10 feet, hanging on the other side.
Oh.
You can't. The only one that's gonna be able to pull him out is himself,
Oh.
So I can't.
unless you guys jump over and pull him out.
yes, I could tackle you, Stanley.
Hold on, let me try to get myself out of this situation since you're all too busy trying to
Athletics.
figure out how to
Athletics with
procreate with a
disadvantage.
door.
Athletics with disadvantage from your rib.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was good though. Rolled an 18 and a 19.
Nice.
So that's a 19 total with
With
disadvantage.
great pain and difficulty, but with a sense of desperation and adrenaline, you just pull yourself up, bring your leg over, and just roll onto the ground on the other side, and you're just lying on your back.
All right, Hope, hold on. I'm gonna take out the immovable rod, click it, tie my rope to it, and throw the rope down into the hole.
Oh.
Awesome. All right, you have a rope to climb yourself out with.
All right, I'll start climbing.
All right, athletics check.
17.
Yep, you make it out without event, climbing all the way to the top and using the immovable rod to, hoist yourself onto the far side. You're now safely across.
Put my hand on your shoulder, Stanley. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really, thank you.
Now let's get the two chuckle buddies over here. I'll throw the rope over to the other side of the pit.
Oh, they could swing across, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're not in the pit. We're up on the edge.
You're on the far side.
Right.
Behind
Can I get on?
Yeah. You still hear through the door.
I think we blast that door from this side. She sucks. Dorothy sucks, you guys. Seriously. I told you. I had a feeling. Freaking Stanley and all your flirting. Look where it got us.
It got us inside the room. If she was telling the truth about death traps, much as I would have enjoyed seeing you get lasered to death, Nash, we're still alive.
All right, fair point. I want to ride... Varel, I want to ride you over on the rope.
Do you two need a room?
No, it just sounds fun. If we have to get over to you, let's do it a cool way. So you swing, and I'll hold on to you. How's that sound?
Like Leia and Luke.
Yeah. Except I'll be back around his neck and hold him from the back. So I'm kind of sitting on his tail hump.
No, it just climbs on board. All right, let's go.
Woo!
As you guys swing across together, give me a little strength check there, Varel.
All right, strength.
Athletics, I'm saying. Sorry.
Athletics. 14.
Okay, so Nash climbs on your back. You grab the rope. You swing across Tarzan style. But you make a cool lizard sound, not that sound. And you make it across, no problem. Deposit Nash. Deposit him, and now you have the rope in hand. Not sure what to do with it.
I get off and go, woo! Ride the lizard. That's it.
You hear yourself, right, Nash?
Yes, it was fun.
You're capable of hearing the words you're saying out loud.
Phrasing, I know. But look, it's fun. He's a big lizard. He swung over a thing. We're supposed to learn to trust each other. These are great exercises.
That's very true.
I'm into it.
All right, are you collecting your things, Stanley?
Yeah, unclick
right, so
the
your
rod,
and...
get the rope pulled up.
Okay. Perfect. Now you can continue on. The passage doesn't continue on for much farther. You actually can see that it opens up into a room up ahead. So can I get a march order?
I can retake the lead if we desire.
Yeah,
I'll
tank
go
in
back
front.
to being in the back.
I'll go after
right.
Stanley, and Hope can go behind Varel. Or the other way, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Cool.
Nash, then Hope, then Stanley. Okay,
Torch
so
out.
you guys start to make your way down, and there's a strong, like a little breeze sort of shoots up a bit, and you smell piss and shit. Strong.
Nash.
It's not me, damn it. It's in the hole, Stanley. It's got... look. We'll talk about this when we're on surface. I don't stink. I'm fine. It's down there. It isn't me.
All right, so he yells this out, and you hear the echo sort of down the hall. I don't stink. This isn't me. I don't stink. This isn't me. As the yelling continues on down the hall. You guys make your way carefully down the cavern to where it opens up into a fairly large space. And what's interesting about this one, it's like a half circle, and where the circle ends is across. There's a double door, large wooden door, very ornate, and then there's brick, old ancient brick, but man-made, like a cement wall of some kind. On either side of the door are these troughs, and there's this mountain of, in a couple of them, shit. There's just shit in there. And then there's a few of them that look like it has really yellow water. It's piss. It's clearly piss in these troughs. This looks like a latrine that people have been using to piss and shit in. It smells like humanoid piss and shit, not animal. Considering they're in troughs, there's some sort of civility to the pattern in this room.
My. Oh. Why? Even animals know to pick a corner. This room is vile.
What happened?
This room is vile for the purpose of being vile.
Yeah, We need to get out of this room.
By the way, I just need to give you some post. I meant to give you inspiration during that scene with Dorothy. So if you can take some for yourself, Stanley.
Oh, hey, look at that.
It's pretty good.
We did it, team. The whole team did it.
Yep, well done.
It won't let me give it to me, but I'll remember.
It turns the sunlight on now. It changed.
No, I know.
No, it is an error. It's
Yeah.
broken.
Actually, don't click refresh though. Don't click refresh. You'll
What?
lose it all.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like it's down.
Oh, the system. Oh, so picked a great
Yeah.
time to.
No,
okay.
but you're good. Just don't leave the page.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Anyways,
can't do my
inspiration for you
stats.
for that.
Thank you.
Back to it. It's piston shit 24/7 over here in this room with the brick wall and the double doors.
Well, how do you explain this? If there's this much shit, then that means there's a bunch of people.
And that is a good point.
Yeah.
Places. Are there any holes in the roof? Is this a depository?
No, there's a ceiling. The cave goes up. But what's curious is that the brick wall is very different. It's made of like a cement brick.
Did they sort it? Normally, is this correct among humans? You both happen at the same time, yes? How did they divide it?
What do you mean the same time?
You go, and both happen at the same time. Clearly someone collected them, sorted them in this vile room to be disgusting.
Oh, I get it. Well, it depends. Some of us stand, some of us sit. I'm guessing Stanley sits, by the way. And then you make sure.
Snap.
Now, why they're down here separating it, I don't know. But we need to figure it out because this is bad, number one, and number two. Number two, get it, everybody? I said number two. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of people here. And do we want to deal with those people?
Probably need to get through the door.
I am going to return to holding my breath.
I think it's too late at this point, Varel. You're just holding it in there with you.
You're just gonna leave that alone? Nash just said Stanley probably sits.
You know, you can only deal with so much shit at one time, and we've got ample at the moment.
Stanley probably doesn't even have a penis. That's how much of a girl he is. Coming from Nash Magard.
Yeah, the solar mine.
Yeah, the solar mines.
Sorry, I just can't help it. It's so funny. Okay. All right. So there's lots of piss and shit here still. Varel is not speaking anymore.
Stanley.
I don't even think prestidigitation would work on this.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I know.
I could burn
You're
it.
so predictable.
I could burn it. That's a bad idea. There's no
I don't
ventilation.
think that's gonna work out to be a good thing.
I could shrink it all half its size. That's not. Never mind. It's not a creature.
You could double it too if you want.
No! Please! Don't.
Are there? So can someone? I don't have the vision for it. I don't think, but we need to just check around. Are there doors? Is there another way out of here? Can we do something with
Yeah,
that
there's
door?
a set of double doors in the front. Sorry, we got sidetracked with all the pee and poo. There is a set of doors in the brick wall. They look like ornate, large wooden panels, metal strappings on them, two large handles, like push down and open handles.
Somebody try the door.
Can you sense any magic from it?
I can check. I will do an Arcana check.
Do it.
Wait. 10 total.
You don't sense anything unusual.
I sense
From the
nothing
door
unusual.
I sense a lot of unusual going on right now.
Yeah. It's bad.
But fine. Let's proceed. Whatever it takes to get out of here as quickly as possible.
You know, you might say I've had worse. I remember Gorp. I've been in worse places. This isn't that bad. A bunch of babies. And I push forward and I go to open the door. I'm going to try to manhandle that door.
You're gonna okay. So as you're about to open it, you hear from behind the door. You hear la di da la di da and this chanting that you hear on the door. Insto profo, and it's a multitude of voices.
Ugh.
Sort of stop, and now you can decide to continue opening it or what.
I hear voices.
No shit. Are you gonna open the door or not?
I'm just no, there's someone in there. All right. Yes. Okay, let's do it. And I grab the handles.
Okay, you grab the handles. You both of the doors are coming open. They're pull doors.
Let's pull.
Push
Yeah,
doors.
let's pull the whole. Oh, it's push.
Push doors. Yeah.
Let's push one so we have some cover if we need it. So I'll push the left door.
Push one door open. Clink clink makes a loud metal clink where you push the button down, and as you open the door, it goes. And you open up the door, and this big giant room you enter into. It looks just as your character might not know what this is, but it's a cathedral.
Oh wow!
It's got pews. There's these broken stained glass windows along the side. It goes all the way back to a raised stage. The pews are stone. They're not like what you might imagine now, like a wood chair. They're these stone, just pews, benches. Up towards the front, you see 8 men, humanoids with sort of hoods on, and they're the ones that are chanting. And up on the stage, you see Thailander Sullivan sitting there, drumming his fingers on a chair.
Does he look impatient?
He looks towards you and he says, "Finally, you've arrived. Come forward."
Slowly start walking in.
As you walk in, the chanting stops and the men
Eyes
turn
black.
around and take their hoods off, and you see that these look like very pale, very skinny humanoids. And you look off to your right, you see a table and a cauldron, and you see some body parts on it, and there's sort of a space cropped out where people are cut. In roll 20, I'm going to show you a floor map, I think.
Okay.
So let's move on over there. Just
Oh,
to give you
wow.
a sense of where we're at.
Ooh.
So we're not in any sort of combat, but just to give you a visual layout. Again, there's the pews, and there's a little area where there's
It's
some
one of those
corpses.
glass paintings, Kermit the Frog.
Wait, you're right. Yeah.
Yes!
Don't stare at them too hard. They're just placeholders. I gotta use free stuff. Yeah.
I love that John noticed that.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm just gonna get some tokens out here.
Is that Mr. T next to
Yes,
him?
Mr. T.
Yes!
Oh,
I
it's
like
so
this
good.
church.
This is the best church ever.
I think we're on the wrong side.
I'm just gonna put some dudes on here. Sorry, just give me a second.
I love this. It's like Diablo 1 in here. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's interesting is that there's like it's a cathedral. Up along the back wall, you do see like there's this sort of wooded being. You can't really make out the details. Attached to a cross. Don't know who that is.
It's Miss Piggy, probably.
Are the windows lit?
There's no light. The windows you're actually seeing are all broken.
Okay.
So they're smashed. You do see like little pieces of stained glass. You see Thailander up on his chair, and apparently he has several acolytes. They look like living versions of the miners you guys slaughtered on the elevator. They're skinny. They're wearing rags, and they're very pale. And they look somewhat feral in their eyes, and they don't look very safe as far as people go. But Thailander's he gets up from his chair, he stands up, and he says, "So you finally come for me. The lapdogs of the principal are here."
I mean, look, we need a moment. What have you done with this room leading up to your cathedral? I mean, have the decency to put it somewhere else.
There
is
isn't
the
a lot
most
of room down
disgusting
here.
room.
There isn't a lot of room down here, and my fingers need somewhere to shit and to piss.
Your what?
These are my fingers, the fingers of Ketobelplate. This is my monastic order.
You go to the bathroom out of your fingers?
No. These men are my fingers.
You have men for fingers?
It's like the hand. The king has a hand. He's got, that's like a helper or like a dude that is devoted to serving the king. These are his fingers. Like when he wants something done, he reaches out with his fingers. And
this one understands. Now, before we get to the bloodshed, I'm hoping we can have a conversation.
How are you alive?
Every time, and you notice finally that on one of his cloak, as you ask how he's alive, he's missing an arm. On his left arm, his right arm is missing, rather. Just wait a second. Can I have some assurances that we can at least have a parlay before we get to the bloodshed? Because every time I've seen you, you've just attacked me, or you had Randy Clementine squished by that giant cyclops, which you let run around, or you tried to attack me in my own home up in Pristine. Are you just going to attack me here, or can we not have a conversation like civilized men first?
We're listening.
I've had some time to think about the four of you. See, you keep attacking me, and I keep thinking perhaps you're working for the principal, but you don't look like any of the principal's men. Certainly, they don't keep tieflings around. They don't keep the wild lizard folk among them. They're orcs, and their Toyota host are made of savages. None of you fit that description. You're certainly too fancy, talking man. So why are you here? Why are you... What is your purpose with me?
Well, it's pretty simple. You're right, we don't work with the principal, at least not intentionally. It's kind of sad because I believe that our goals could have been aligned. Our goal has been what it has been since the moment we arrived in Slave Town. We want to free people. Specifically our people, but if we could get the rest out, we would.
Ah, it all makes sense now. You almost don't believe it when you see it in this world, but you're heroes, aren't you?
We just
That's what's been messing up
people.
You've messed up my plans were so close to fruition. And then all of a sudden, I'm punched in the stomach for no reason by the lizard. And then I'm brought out. I figure I could probably spend the night in prison and not attract too much attention to myself. And then I'm brought before Orp, who somehow wandered into town. I don't know how he managed that. And next thing I know, the only good person in town, Randy Clementine, is turned into paste before my eyes, and you're chasing me. And here you are continuing to chase me. So you must have looked upon my work and decided I am some kind of villain that must be killed. It's your heroes. But you're clearly fighting for the wrong side if you're aligned with the principal.
I'm just playing with my gun at this point.
You did attack us in a basement with dead bodies whose eyes grew daggers.
Oh no, I can't hear anyone.
I think his internet is taking
Sorry,
a poop.
I had a lag hiccup.
Oh, you're back
That was
now.
fantastic.
That was
It's like
perfect
you're trapped
timing.
in a space cube.
Yeah, that was great.
So I'm back now. I don't know what happened. That was annoying. It's happening during core this week, and it didn't happen at all for like 2 hours and a half. So I don't know why it just started.
It's all good.
All right. So can you repeat your question for me, please, Varel?
Oh, you had daggers grow from the eyes of dead bodies, which you suspended on walls.
Yes, well, look, I'll tell you about. I can tell you why I am the way that I am. If you're interested in hearing it and not going to resort to violence, can we have an armistice for at least 30 minutes?
I, for
I'm
one, would
in
like
no
to hear
rush
what he
to kill
says.
you again.
I want to hear what he has to say. I'm tired of chasing this bastard. I'd like to know why we're doing it.
So he sits back down and he says, if you'd like, approach and have a seat. And my fingers could serve you food, although I don't think it's to your taste.
Finger food. Nash Magard laughs.
We have to resort to unconventional means of feeding ourselves down here. It's not much food.
Well, how are you producing so much shit if there's not much food?
We're eating, but it might not be the kind of food. We're eating people
Don't eat it.
down here.
You're eating
I
people.
don't think you. Yes. And as you approach closer, you see on the table there's like chopped up legs and feet, and there's some sandwiches nearby made from the feet. It looks like. Please come close, sit down. I'll tell you a story.
All right.
A lifetime ago, before I was in this body, I was the mayor of a town that you should be familiar with, Pristine. And Pristine was a bastion of civilization in this wasteland world that is dying. It is a place where humanity was able to build up an economy. We farmed lumber and plant life from the salivating fields where there's a source of water to help this grow. We brought oil in from the teat, and we brought mineral in from the black mine. And when I was a boy, I was born into this, and I knew that one day it would be my turn to lead and to make Pristine a marvel in the desert. I always found I had an aptitude for helping people find the benefits in trades when they couldn't come to some sort of agreement. But the midget men that mine, they call themselves the Oil Beard, those dirty midgets, they went and they made a deal with our enemies. See, one day 10 years ago or so, the principal's men, the Toyota host, came through the esophageal pass, and they came to see me in Slavetown and made me an offer, and I refused them. They wanted slaves. They wanted to bring the light of their revelations to us, and I turned them away. But the Oilbeards, they accepted. And the Toyotes and the Kishi returned to town with their magistrate, this elf that goes by the name of Ethanalia. They took me and my family out into the square, and here I thought the people that I had supported would have my back, but they didn't. And they watched as they slaughtered my wife and my children and my father, who was still alive at the time. They killed everyone near and dear to me in the center of town, and then threw me in this infernal pit to rot. But I hid away. I hid away down here, and I heard him. My patron, who gave me unimaginable powers. What are you eating there, Nash? It looks delicious.
Sorry, my wife brought it for me. It's cream. It's yellow custard of some sort. Sorry, continue your story, Thailander.
I
Turn
escaped.
up the fat.
In the canon, because it sounds like he's eating, I just imagine Nash just going ham on the sandwiches. He hasn't caught on what they're made out of yet.
I escaped down to the bottom and found this place down here, hidden away. I don't know who created it, but I heard his voice. It's a voice that summoned me. It said, dig deeper, and I will grant you your retribution. And I found this place, this cathedral from ages past. And it's here that I can speak with my patron. And he gave me a new body. He gave me this body. And he gave me new powers. And I went out into the world in order to be able to summon his army in order to destroy my enemies. Is that something? Can we be allied in this? If you're truly the heroes that I suspect that you are, I could use your swords.
Look at how you've gone about doing it. I mean, there were hundreds of the undead getting down here to you. Did you do that? Did you cause their deaths?
I did. They wouldn't fight for me. Every single person in Slave Town and in this mine, they have no spine. They accepted slavery. They didn't. When I called upon them to fight back, they rolled over and showed their bellies. So they're more useful to me as corpses fighting in an army of the dead than the living to be used and to be weak and cowardly. Make no mistake, I'm not here to save the world. That's your job if you're heroes. I'm simply here to cause destruction on my enemies.
But every single person that you've done this to, that's another person that... You're no different than what happened to you. That's another person who could have had a family that you could have deprived of life.
They did have
They deny themselves their family.
And is that how you feel about yourself now? Do you look at your own actions and think that your own family deserved to die? When you think of Mariosa, do you think, well, I brought this on myself?
I think there's an enemy in amongst our midst. And I think that if they choose not to fight the enemy, they might as well be dead.
How did you manage to get out of this place? Past the oil beards that were clearly your enemy.
Oh, I've got a few magic tricks. I have the ability to turn invisible. I have the ability to appear as others. He snaps his fingers. And his shape changes, and he grows an arm back. And he turns into a woman with a long dress. Perhaps there's a woman in town that goes by the name of Catherine Speckles that everyone has been talking about, being involved in things.
Holy shit, says Nash.
Perhaps I'm that Catherine Speckles now. Why, hello there, Stanley Billings. Would you like to make a business transaction with me today?
I'll spit on the ground.
Gross.
And he snaps himself back. He says, and I was just on the cusp of calling in Catobal Place army. Yes, my patron is a demon. And he has a fierce army. And I'm going to ask him to let me use it to destroy Pristine. If it can't be a place of freedom and progress, then it shouldn't be a place at all. So what say you?
You're taking away the free will of these people.
It's already taken. I'm destroying it.
That's my point. Why do this if all you're doing is depriving people of their own free will and choice? What?
No, their free will has already been deprived. They've accepted the yoke of the principle. Do you know anything about this person?
Not much. I'm just saying, who made you judge, jury, and executioner over the lives of any of these people?
I changed the moment they killed my family in front of the town. The old Thailander is dead, and the new Thailander was born. All I want to do is murder every last one of them and use anything I have at my means. Unlike the principal, who has lived for thousands of years and have fooled people into believing his fanatical ideas about Jesus Chrome, I've got no army. I've got no means. So if I want to fight back, the only choice I have is to use these powers. Otherwise, I should just die.
Yes,
What
you
would you-
should. And then I'll pull out my gun and shoot him.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
Oh, it's a crit!
Okay.
Oh, man!
Roll your damage dice.
All right. 17 damage.
Okay, load up the bullet, take a shot instantly, firing towards the back of the room. Is that... What's your effective range, actually? This is 10, 20...
Oh, were we closer?
Well, did
How
You
were
might
we-
have to roll with disadvantage. That's
Did
the
you
thing.
move forward with us? Because we
Yeah, where were we
We'll
up
say,
to?
we'll say it is. I checked that sooner. Yeah, because you'd have to roll for disadvantage at your ineffective range, which I think is it 4120 for a shotgun?
It's 30-90.
Yeah. So anything outside of 30 feet, you can shoot up to 90 feet, but it's with disadvantage.
Gotcha.
Let's say you walked up and you as you walk, you shoot and you're within range.
Okay.
So you take a shot and it fires through Thailander, not creating any skin penetration, and a bunch of smoke and dust spray off the wall. And there's the statue of the man like nailed to a cross that's in the back, breaks the base of it and falls over.
Nice.
And Thailander looks down, and you see you've done no damage to him. And he says, "Really, I thought we said this was an armistice. Why are you shooting at me?" And this time the voice doesn't appear to come from the person up there, but it sort of floats throughout the room. "Was I wrong to trust you, Stanley? Hope?"
I
I never
believe
agreed.
you murdered a friend of hers.
And that's it? You haven't lost friends before?
Look, Thailander, you are not the first person that has lost something to men like this. You sit there and you justify all your actions because you've had a hard time. Well, the only two people I've ever genuinely loved in this world were taken from me by slavers. And I'm not raising an army of the dead. I'm fighting the best I can. And maybe you want to throw around words like hero. I don't look at myself that way, but I know the difference between right and wrong, and I look around at what you've done. And what you've done is just a stupid use of power, a way to make yourself feel like the king of your little hill. So no, I don't have any interest in aligning with you. You're a self-destructive man. You're going to blow yourself up before you actually hurt any of your enemies.
So it's decided then. We're on opposite sides. Is that it?
I'm going to draw my rapier and not say anything else.
Very well. Fingers. It is time. And the image of Thailander sort of, he raises a fist up in the air and brings it down like this, as if pulling on a string from the ceiling. And then the bodies of all the miners, they start to shake. And then their eyeballs, these spikes grow out of their eyes. And they push through their eyes and their eyes grow out. It's
They
like
make
flesh.
that noise.
These fleshy. You recognize them as, the spikes you would have seen on the corpses, but these are on living beings. As spikes crawl out of their eyeballs and their fingers become giant, X-23 claws, as like flesh, as fingers grow and they go and they shake violently. Roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
That conversation wasn't short rest, was it?
It was not.
16 for Nash.
16 for Nash.
25 for Stanley.
Okay, Hope
5.
and Varel.
5.
Okay, so you guys can decide between you two who goes first.
You wanna go first?
Nick, you're more pissed than I am at the
Oh,
moment.
okay, I'll go first.
You can do that every turn since you're tied. It's that conversation can change every turn. All right, Stanley, you're up.
All right, I'm going to start us off. I'm going to throw the rapier, say parlay,
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to let it fly right up to whatever the nearest one is to me and make an attack on him.
Okay, I've put the rapier into play. I don't know if you can control it right now.
I can't yet.
Hang on. What's that?
Where am I, by the way? Oh, I'm down here. Can I move up? I assume we started closer, didn't we?
You can set your positions if you like. Yeah. You guys able to move your dude?
Yeah. I did.
Cool.
All right, so that is going to be a 18 to hit.
Okay. It's a hit.
That is 9 damage on that finger.
Okay. Perfect.
And then I am going to... Let's see. I'm going to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to have my eyes once again flash silver. And I'm going to say the words as soon as I can find them. There they are. Alit or Ishal Taldin. And give everybody 5 temporary hit points. And you can move up to 5 feet. No potential... Well, there's not going to be any opportunity attacks, but everybody can adjust right now if they want.
5 temporary. Is the site working yet? Yeah.
It is.
Okay. We can move now if we want.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, you can move right away for his ability.
Right.
It's just 5 feet, though.
I'm gonna go.
Note that walking in the pews area is difficult terrain.
Okay.
You can move 5 feet in there, but if you're calculating your moves on your turn for 30 feet, this is difficult terrain to run over the benches or navigate your way through them.
And does the 5 temporary hit points last for the full encounter, or what's the, I forget how that works.
Temporary hit points.
It's an hour, but that's probably going to fall within the encounter.
Okay.
Like with the speed with which combat is supposed to move. So
Okay.
I would assume you would have it through the entire encounter.
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
something weird happens.
Yeah, and damage is always pulled from temporaries first.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Nash.
Um.
The 8 fingers turn. They've got these long claws, and their eyes are now stuck on these long things, like bugs. They're looking around. Their mouths are like. Ah!
Wow. I would really like to put the farthest one to the right of me in the front of the church up there to sleep. I'm trying to eliminate some of the some of the potential by putting him to sleep.
Sorry, can you draw out who you're gonna hit?
Yes.
There's 4. Just for audio listeners, there's 4 on the right side of the church area and 4 on the left side of the church area.
That guy right there.
All right, so that's the guy on the right that you're gonna hit. Remember, we're trying to just for audio listeners, we're saying here a lot, not describing where we're hitting things. I know it's a little weird.
Right.
We can try and remember that.
So
we're gonna hit the guy on the right. Okay, so
we're
you're
going
shooting sleep. So sleep is a number of dice that you roll, right?
right.
Sleep. It's a first level spell, which can be cast at the 2nd level, which I think gives you more dice.
That is.
You can. It's an area of effect. You can hit more than one creature with it.
Yes, there it is. And I see how they've done this. And I can't tell if I like this new layout or not. All right.
So you
What
roll an
is
additional.
this sound effect?
Sorry,
you're
these
playing?
are-
I feel like
They're humanoids. They're a little loud. I'm gonna turn them down.
I feel like somebody's
it's-
having a
you
real
roll
bad
5
night's of
You're
sleep.
gonna roll 5d8. If you cast it at 2nd level, you roll 7d8.
Let's cast it at 2nd level.
Okay, so use a 2nd level spell slot.
Yep. How many d8? Sorry.
7d8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a grand total of 35.
5. Okay. And sorry, you were hitting the guy on the rightmost.
Right, rightmost on the in the chapel there.
Okay, so these two right here fall asleep.
Oh, I got 2 of them?
Yeah.
Oh. These 2
So
on the...
the way it works is that sleep is you can shoot it out 90 feet, and then it's a 20-foot cube.
Oh, okay.
And the person with the
that.
lowest HP falls asleep. And then if there's leftover hit dice, has to cover their hit points, basically.
Got it. All right, so these 2 chuckleheads are down.
On the sleepy ones. There you go.
That's great.
Those 2 fall asleep.
Okay.
It's a magical slumber. They're like, the eyes attached to it sort of droop down and close. Their bodies are limp, standing. All right, you have a bonus action and a move. Remember, the pews are difficult terrain.
I'm not going... that's all I'm going to do. I'm good.
Okay, then it is Hope. Nope, sorry, it's the men. Okay, so this the first one on the right side, the men move around. This one moves 1, 2, 3. Slowly. It's 20 feet, so they come around. That one is able to move up to you, Hope. This one's actually able to cover enough ground to hit there. The 2 of the men run down and make attacks at you, Hope, being in front with their claws. So they reach out with their claws, and they go to... First one misses you, swipe at you. Second one does hit for 4 points of damage. The claws...
All right, as a reaction.
Into you like this. These 4 holes.
Sure.
What's your reaction?
As a reaction, I'm pulling out Hellish Rebuke.
Oh.
Ooh.
And this is a reaction. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm so excited. All right, I gotta calm down so I can cast this. All right, Hellish Rebuke.
The first time we're seeing this, I think, right?
Yeah, my eyes are gonna go like this watery black white mixture, and I'm gonna yell the fear, and I'm gonna grab its face, and it's gotta roll a dex. It's gotta roll higher than a 13.
Okay. Fails.
All right.
An 8.
Oh, okay. 2d10. So it's gonna take
damage.
10 damage, 10 fire damage.
Takes 10 fire damage. All right. Describe what this is. This hellish rebuke. What is it exactly? Are you barfing on it? Or is it?
No,
where's the fire come from?
I grab its face, and
Grab
then
its face.
fire kind of like seeps into its veins, and it
Oh, okay.
catches on fire. Then.
All right, so you grab its face, and the skull lights up, glows red, and then a little explosion happens, and the back of his head and flesh pops out, and the eyes sort of look back at itself, and like, what? Trying to figure out what's going on with the back of its head. It doesn't kill it, but it's definitely the voice screams. It goes ah! It screams out in your face in terror and pain as you do this to it.
Sorry, audio listeners. That was a loud one.
All right, so the other 2 remain asleep. Now, do they roll a continued saves to try and wake up? Is that during combat? Let me just check that real quick.
Don't know.
Sleep ends when the sleeper takes damage. Someone use an action to shake or slap them awake. They don't roll Constitution saves. Okay,
Sweet.
cool.
They're like they're Anna. They're like Anna sleep dart.
Yeah, exactly. Just the way it happens. Okay, so the other 2 will make their way down, however, through the difficult terrain. So they start climbing over the chairs with great difficulty, moving towards you guys. All right, Hope or Varel, whichever one's first. Your turn.
Verhope.
Cool. I'll go first then. I'll with the things, and this is the one in front of me who hurt me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've still got its face. I'm gonna kind of bend down with my free hand to get out my machete, and I'm gonna go to like cut its head off. Right? I move my hand to the top of its skull, and I start hacking at its neck.
Attack roll.
It's a crit. It's a 19.
All right.
This is
roll
coming
your
into
damage
play
dice.
now.
Roll your damage dice.
Alrighty, we're looking at 10 points of damage.
Okay, describe its death.
If it can go just clean through.
Whatever you want. It's up to you. You kill it. So describe how it's done.
All right, so the machete goes clean through. The body slumps to the floor. I still have its head in my hands, and I hold it aloft, and I scream in Infernal. And then I throw it on the ground, and I look at the one that's in front of me, the next one.
Okay. Varel, your turn.
Hope again the fires, and I shall set them aflame! And I enter my rage, clambering across the pews, jumping and entering the fray. As part of my rage, I engage my fire aura.
So it does damage friendly creatures, right?
It
does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So can you draw out the area? I can't remember. Is it 15?
Yeah, I actually have fancy tools here. There's my constant rage.
Okay.
And it moves with me now.
All right. So I've got to roll 3 saves basically here. For it's DC 13 if I remember correctly. Constitution. Hope you'll have to roll one as well.
Okay. Boom. 14.
So 2 of them save, 2 of them get hit. So that these 2 ones that you're next to both take 2 points. Oh no, this guy's dead. Actually, I should put a dead symbol on him. The one directly in front of Hope that Varel has moved behind is now dead. Where's the death thing? There it is. So this guy takes 2. This guy takes 2 additional. The diplomacy is already hit. Okay, continuing on, Varel.
All right, I will attack the one in melee range of Hope with a raging attack using my club torch.
Club torch.
Club torch.
This will be a normal attack, so no advantage on me next turn.
Okay.
Since there's a lot of dudes. All right, a 17.
It's a hit.
Excellent.
Every time you swing club torch, it just goes.
So 7 plus 2 for my rage damage of 9.
All right, so you thwack it on the head, and it causes a big lump to grow right where you bunk and like you see the calcium deposit open up and begin to fill and swell where you've hit it. The eyes turn around and spin out at you, and the finger
I hiss back at it.
At you. All right, that's your turn now, Nash or Stanley. Sorry, Stanley.
Yeah.
All right. First off, diplomacy is going to chase this fine zombie-like individual and make an attack as he tries to get away. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
21 to hit. Okay.
And that is going to be 7 damage to him.
Okay. Right, you do 7 damage to it with diplomacy. So basically, what you do, diplomacy just loops into the back of his neck, comes out, pokes out the other side, sort of flicks off both of the eye stems, and you just hear "Ah!" as the thing drops to its knees and falls over the pew uncomfortably, and life drains away from it.
Nice. Then I'm going to take a look at the other zombie that is in right in range with Varel there, and I'm going to point my fingers at him, and I'm going to say, "Excuse me, but I believe you'll need it outside with the rest of the shit." And unleash a vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery!
So he has to do a Wisdom 14 save.
You know what? It didn't roll correctly. It landed between the keyboard and the paper. It was 18-ish, but it wasn't going to land. Fail.
All right. So that is going to be 4 damage to him, and he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Good to know.
And...
You see him recoil back, and knowing that he's lived a shameful life. He feels bad about the way that he's been living. And you can sort of see that in his body motions, his claws, and his eyes. Just look sort of remorseful.
And then I jump back onto the pew behind me and kind of duck down, very pleased with myself.
Okay, Nash.
All right. The one that's next to Varel that's not dead. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. This guy
he's got disadvantage on his next attack. Yeah.
The sad one.
Okay, that's good because I'd like to do a thing to him and take advantage of that. So, let's cast. Boy, these tabs are weird now. I'm gonna do Frostbite.
Got it. You got it.
Let's see.
Is that a save?
Yeah, 13.
13 Constitution. Okay. It's a 2 and a 5, so fail.
All right, sweet.
What do I gotta do?
I just have to give you 1d6 damage, I think, right?
Form on one creature. It has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it has for the next turn, and 1d6 damage. So
right,
lay it on me.
Okay, here it comes.
Frostbite.
4.
Okay.
So this
All right, so you fire out your this. Is it like a wind? Let me see what
it's.
Here,
It's
frost to form on one creature. So you just magically make frost happen on something. So you sort of reach your hand out, and then the tips of the eyeballs begin to freeze, and the stem begins to freeze, and then both of his eyes shatter into ice. And as the hand, he goes and it continues on into his face, and his face just sort of shatters off as he clutches at the ground and falls over and dies a horrifying death.
It looks like I just peed on him the way I drew it.
There's that too.
I'll get rid of that.
That's a fitting end.
Yeah.
All right, this one's dead as well.
Sweet.
Okay. So the men, you have a bonus action and a move if you want to do anything else.
Let's see. So, given position here, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move right here and be part of this difficult terrain.
Okay, so that's your full movement there. 10,
Yep.
20, 30.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so the men move closer again. 1, 2, up to... Oh, no, he's going to stay there because that's going to be an opportunity attack. This fanatic sort of jumps in. I got to move this corpse. Yeah. Runs up here. And this guy runs over... That's 5. That's 15. That's 25. Okay. So, Varel, you're getting attacked by one of the fingers guys. Takes the claws out. One of them hits you, sort of connects in your chest, and sinks his long blade-like claws into you for 7 piercing damage.
4 damage.
4. Well, then it's reduced because of your resistances. Hope. Again, from the side, one jumps up on the pews, takes it, stabs you, this time in the side. It just hits you, like one arm comes around, you duck, but you're not able to get the other one. Shunk, and the long fingers just... You feel 4 stabbing sharp pains on your right side, and you take 4 points of damage.
I'll start laughing.
And it is now Hope or Varel's turn.
And
you were laughing.
All right, yeah, I'll start laughing at the pain on my side. And Thailander, I know you can hear this. Those demons don't want you. You're a bastard. They'll never take you. And then I'll machete the one directly in front of me.
Okay.
I'll go to chop off his leg.
Okay. Roll your damage dice. Or attack dice.
18.
Okay, now roll your damage dice.
6 damage.
Okay, so you go to chop off his leg and just sink it in part way into the thigh. And the eyes move around. They go, whoop. Ah! And he takes his spikes out of your side and gets ready for another attack. You have a bonus and a move.
I can't move because that's 2 I mean, I could move, but that's 2 opportunity attacks, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll stay where I am. Still
Okay,
chuckling.
stand your ground, and Varel looks to you and does.
And does his flame burst his orb flames in the air around me.
All right, 3 saves. No saves, so I'll hope you have to roll save too.
Okay. I'm good.
All right, so they take 2 points of damage. All 3 creatures in the area where you've drawn take 2 points of damage. Yeah, that's your bonus action. You have an
Yep,
action
my
left?
bonus action. Then I will bring Club Torch down on the one that is on the pews approaching Hope.
Yeah.
Just a normal attack for this one again. 10?
No. Club
Then I
torch
miss.
hits. You hit the pew. Crack your torch a little bit.
Ah. It's broken. I let it go. It's useless.
Okay, you let it go. The torch lands on the ground, and now there's light on the ground.
Club torch.
Any movement? If not, it's Stanley's turn, and Stanley
Stanley.
does.
All right. So, diplomacy has had a wonderful new zombie move right into attack range, but I do think it is going to move over to here to hit him. And it'll go ahead and take a swing at him. Ooh, that's going to be a 9 to hit.
It's a miss.
And from the back, far away from the sword, you hear, "Shit!" And, then Stanley, seeing a lot of opportunity attacks, is going to go ahead and once again his eyes go blank, and he is going to say, "Alit Orish Ya Taldin." 5 more temporary hit points to everybody, and you can move 5 feet without reaction.
Ooh, that's a good.
That's good. Okay.
All right, once you're done moving in the hit points, is that everything for you, Stanley?
Yes.
It'll be Nash's turn up next.
Go ahead and shift to here, but then done. Shift
Can't-
just off the bench.
Shift into difficult terrain.
You can. It'll just stop at 5 feet.
Oh no, I'm staying.
Everybody staying where they're staying.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
Keep in mind it does remove reaction, so that's another thing to consider.
Oh, interesting.
For the round, at least.
Yeah, so if Hope moved now, she wouldn't have. They wouldn't have.
You can't
opportunity
move as a
attacks.
reaction, and it enables you to use a reaction for a 5-foot move.
Right.
Okay, so Nash, your turn.
Okay, I, for RP reasons, yell over to Stanley. There's a lot of pews in here, but it's still better than the pew out there. All right, just a little levity, to keep the group going. And then,
Can I
Oh,
briefly
thanks for
press
clarifying.
to digitate a thumbs up next to my head?
yes,
Yes, you can.
yes,
Okay,
It uses your reaction, though.
that's fine.
battle is bringing us closer together, is what's happening. All right, so now, I am going to. Hope's right there. I don't want to
concerning
cause
comment.
any issues. I don't want to cause any issues. So here's what I'll do. I am going
You
to.
have careful spell. Remember, you have
Right.
careful spell.
Right. I still don't. I don't know.
It's a pretty uncool thing to do, I guess.
I'm gonna just hit this dude with firebolt.
Okay.
Right here. So.
You can empower and hit multiple. It's actually
Oh, because they're
online.
adjacent. So the terrain doesn't affect
You
that
can-
or hurt that?
You can twin spell. No, you can twin spell.
Oh, I didn't know I
You
could
can see
there.
that.
All right, I totally want to do that again.
That's that other guy's within your line of sight. I'm pretty sure.
All right, I've used
He's not. Actually.
another action point,
Whatever. We'll let it happen.
and you need to hit first, right?
Yep. 2 attack dice, please.
A 14 and a 10.
14 and a 10. Okay. Roll your damage dice for one of them. 14, please.
It's this one.
Which is the closest one to you.
It's a D10. 7.
Okay. So you take out your finger,
Mm-hmm.
fling it out. Big flame bolt lights up the room, nails him right in the face. He's like, ah!
Yeah.
You said 8 damage?
I said 7. Sorry.
All right, perfect. You nail him right in the face with the fire, and he's just like, oh, and eyes come back and inspect for damage real quickly.
Okay. And then second guy, well, problem is he's not line of sight. It doesn't matter because the one hit's gonna.
It missed anyways. Yeah.
I did miss.
I did an adjustment with pressure.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Someone's making a flower out of my cast.
Fire flower, it's Mario.
I love it. I want to keep it.
So next is the Mian. So again, Hope, you have two in front of you. They take their tentacles out. They try to hit you with them as they sort of wind up in this weird way, descend down upon you. And there are 2 hits. Okay, and you take a total of 11 piercing damage. As the 2 monsters descend upon you, both arms attack, and they each hit you with one of their arms, and they're poking holes into you. You get some on your side here, and some in the leg.
Awesome.
You're worn down. These 2 remain asleep. And this one here knocks the sword, pushes the sword aside, and goes to attack Pharrell. And there's 1 hit.
He can push it aside. He can push it aside.
He pushes
1
it
point
aside.
of damage.
For 2 points. Oh, 1 point. Yeah. So he just tries to stab you. There's a lot of resistance in those scales. So yeah, and that's their turn. It's Hope or Varel up next.
Yeah, I'll keep going in this demonic rage of mine, and I'll rip the machete from the thing's leg, and then I'll raise it above my head and try and sink it into the skull. Again,
Sure.
The one in front of me.
Okay, roll your damage dice.
14.
14, or your attack dice, sorry. It's a hit. Roll your damage dice now.
Oh, perfect. Right, 8 damage.
Okay. So you kill it. You bring your machete into its head. That's where you're aiming for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you bring your machete into its head, slicing it clean all the way down to the spinal column, where this is not an undead thing. It was a living thing. So the spinal column is still very strong, so you get your blade stuck in there a little bit. But yeah, there's a font of blood firing out from the split in the head where you've cut it into.
Oh, nice. So I'm assuming I have blood on my face. I'll just wipe it on my fingers and
there's
lick
blood
it a
everywhere
little.
now.
Yeah.
And then look at the one in the corner.
It's surprisingly, remarkably a strong blow on its skull, considering how strong the skull is.
Did you say you licked your fingers after you got blood on them?
Yes.
Okay, you hear Nash in the back go, gross! But it doesn't deter you.
Varel, you're up.
Having dropped club torch and seeing the sword move aside, I will notice my favorite floating weapon and grab it from the air.
No.
And bring it down on the one that approached me. That was under attack by the sword originally.
Attack roll.
Attack roll, reckless attack. 21.
Okay, roll rapier damage dice. Please, Stanley, tell us what that is.
It is 1d8 plus, for me, it's my dex modifier. I believe that's universal, but...
This is a finesse weapon, so I think you can use
Yeah.
strength or dex. I assume it was a strength roll he made his roll on, so it'd have to be strength modifier.
Yeah, he probably doesn't use it like a finesse rapier. He probably uses it like a strong piece of metal with which to hit people with.
So 8 plus my rage, so 10 points of damage.
Okay, describe how you kill it.
Just swing it and hopefully a diagonal cut across the chest.
Okay,
Splitting
and
it.
you do that. You well, because it's a rapier, it doesn't cut quite in that way. You're able to sink it in, and so you're not cutting it so much as forcing a blunt object through a person. Does that make sense? With your strength, so you cut it in, but then it's like unnecessarily forcing it through as it sort of splits open the chest, and the eyes look wide in surprise, and there's just like this blood hamburger. Like it's like, what do they call those things?
Blood hamburger?
A lot of what are those hamburgers called?
A rib wedge?
No, you fry up some stuff and you put it on a bun, but like it's
A Philly?
no, what do they call those?
Fry it up
things?
and put it on a bun. Fry it.
It's like a hamburger, but it doesn't hold its shape. It's just hamburger
Oh,
and sauce.
Sloppy Joe.
It's a sloppy Joe. Thank
Oh,
you. So the front just looks like sloppy Joe, as like lung and parts come out and just all at the
You
front.
should yell, I will name this one Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
And it kills it.
awesome. And with this victorious strike, I will let go of the rapier, let it fall with the body, and scream to the ceiling and let loose my flame burst once again.
Okay, you let loose your flame burst, and there's only Hope and one other remaining. It saves. Hope, do you save?
How much damage?
2 would be fire
Half
damage.
damage.
You're fire resistant, are you?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Combo
take a punch.
attack.
Oh,
Sort
look
of.
at that.
All right, Stanley, your turn.
Synergy. All right.
Ash is throwing fireballs. We got a whole theme going.
Yeah.
The rapier, having been dropped immediately just before it hits the ground, it catches, swoops up, and it is going to loop through the air, stab this guy. Hopefully. Maybe. It's going to be a 12 to hit.
Okay, it's a hit.
So that is going to be 5 damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to swing by, stab a zombie before zipping back to my outstretched hand on its
What
own.
was the damage dice again, please?
5 damage.
5. All right, you stab the zombie, poke it real hard, and the sword comes back to you, but it doesn't kill it. It's not a zombie; it's a finger. You're not quite sure if it's living or if it's an undead thing. Magically enhanced for sure, but can't quite call it a zombie.
The magically enhanced individual, or May, as I'm going to refer to that from now on. I'm then going to... Let's see, we'll move up a little bit and move a little closer to said May. And I'm going to point at it, and I'm going to say, you might want to cover that up. Everyone can see that you're horny. It's going to be my vicious mockery for the moment.
What's the save DC? 14 for you. So
14.
It saves. It blinks. The eyes look at you and hatred and anger and blinks. You hear a record scratch echo down the hallway behind you.
And I go, excuse me, pardon
Nash,
me,
your
sorry.
turn. Nash, it's your turn.
I had jerky in the hall. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, what's the deal? Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to deal with those sleepy guys soon, but I would like to take this dude. Can I? He's down, so I can hit him, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dead corpse fall. He's like his back is flayed over the top of a pew uncomfortably.
All right. Well,
I
I'm
think that one had his head split open.
I would like to ensure that whatever happens next, he has some disadvantage, assuming this hits for me. So I'm going to cast my little frostbolt thing again, whatever it's called.
Okay,
Nice.
13 save, right? It
Ice
fails.
Frostbite. Okay.
Fails. So frostbite forms on him. Do 1d6.
Okay. It is 3 damage.
And you hold out your hand, and a mist sort of shoots from the hand, and it makes. It's like almost like radiation. If making someone's face full of ice and frostbite was radiation, skin gets blue and red, and the eyes like start moving slower, and the fingers like make these shaky feelings as you give it hypothermia. It takes 3 damage. Okay. Anything else? Give it
No,
a
I'm
bonus
gonna stay there.
All right. So it has disadvantage on its next attack, right?
Right.
Continues its assault of hope, missing with 1 but hitting with another, doing 3 points of damage to your hope as it. Oh wait, that's with disadvantage. That's a miss. Scratch that.
Oh yeah, we just had
I
disadvantage.
rolled 1 attack with disadvantage. I have to roll another 2 dice. In both miss. It moves slower as it tries to fight through the hypothermia.
Can I like hold the machete up and push its arm out of the way?
Well, you're up next, so you can do that. Well, you're gonna make him
Oh!
kill himself on his own weight? Is that what you're doing?
Oh no, I was just saying with the way it misses as my
you
machete's
you
up
parry,
there, kind of.
you parry with the machete and be like, "You're hitting yourself," that kind of thing.
Stop hurting yourself. All
It's your
right,
turn.
well, I'll go for pulling my machete out of the corpse of the other one. I'll go for another head hit with this one.
Okay,
With an 11.
it's a hit.
Awesome.
Roll dice.
6 damage.
Okay, and describe how you kill it.
So, let's see. It'll just be I'll lick my machete's blade a little bit, smile infernally at it.
Whoa. Before you kill it?
Before I kill it, yeah, just kind of a little flourish. And then bring it down so it slices the head. One eye is here, one eye is on the part that gets cut off, kind of a thing.
Gotcha. Took off a old quarter head.
Yeah, the old quarter head.
Old quarter head. All right, and it life seeps from it as it realizes it's coming to its end. It's like It makes that noise for a really long time as it gurgles blood on the ground. So combat is pretty much over. There are 2 magically sleeping of these maze, as you referred to them, in the right-hand side of the church. They have a sleep time. How long do they sleep for? It's a minute, right? And there's a couple of terms, so you got about 40 seconds left before they wake up.
Are they at any
It's
kind
my
of...
turn.
Are they
I'm still raging. I run to
Okay.
the chair and attack it.
Yeah, this is a good idea. But aren't
I'm
they...
gonna. I'm going to, with my rage, use my advantage on strength checks and lift the chair, assuming that he disappeared beneath it.
Roll.
Strength check on the chair, 15.
All right, you lift up the chair. You see nothing there. Just carpet.
Then I start walking towards the 2 sleeping ones.
Okay. All right, with the big heavy chair.
Yep. Does
All right,
everyone just watch? All right, then I reach them.
We're doing turn order still, I guess, on them. Like, because I was gonna say, you could probably just murder them.
Let's just murder them.
I mean, if we're gonna just
like
murder
when
him,
Varel
let's
did
let Varel crush him. If we're gonna murder him, let's
Yeah.
let him be crushed.
Okay. All right. Varel, continue.
And I walk over behind them with there's steps here, so I have a little bit of above them too, and I drop the chair on top of both.
Okay, you drop the chair on top of both. This is an extremely heavy chair made of metal, and you drop it on top of them. Roll an attack roll, please, for both.
Reckless attack with the chair. 16.
Okay, for both of them. Okay, so roll.
Oh, do you want 2 attacks?
No, let's make it one
Okay.
attack. Roll chair damage dice. Very heavy thrown. Let's say 3d10.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, D10. Hot
You,
diggity.
you also would have got advantage on both of them. I mean, you're dropping a piano on them, basically.
13, 12, 15.
Okay, so you drop the chair on it. So there's enough space on it where it just drops on them. And as it hits their head, their eyes sort of blink into awakeness, and then it crushes their neck into their chest as their head just turns into... and they just fall in under the chair. And they're still, look like they're still living, like they're still moving around. There's electricity running into their body.
Flame burst!
So you flame burst, set them on fire, and they're all like, ah! You see arms reaching out from underneath it. They just need one more blow, probably, to put them into death.
I will continue my assault unless someone would like to go.
Yep,
I'll
so you
start calling for Thailander.
So you go to each of them, and is it a punch? Is it a claw? How are you killing them? Tell me.
Yeah, if they're crushed under the chair, kind of, heads out, it would just be a stomp, 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 stomp.
Okay, so like you're crushing grapes in a barrel,
Yeah.
you start crushing their heads. It's like you hear bone like crack with each step, and
All the
eventually
while coming
you
down from the rage. Yeah. Oh, that one too.
stomp the life out of both of them with the chair putting them to the ground.
And then I sit in the chair.
Stanley's
Alright.
just sitting on the pew, chewing on a ration,
You
watching
hear,
this.
you hear a voice echo out, and it's not the voice of Thailander. It's a different voice, and it goes, "Help me, Help me. And it appears to be coming from an alley to the left.
I'll follow the voice.
Okay, you notice a sort of small doorway leading off into the side. As you look in and examine, you find a little antechamber, little room in there, and there's like some makeshift prison bars. And in the cell behind, you sort of see this lump of flesh, and you see a woman lying in it. It is saying, "Help me, help me."
I'll move away and kind of like
The room is
motion
made
to
from
Stanley if you want
the
to
room is
take
made of
this.
stone. There's these rusty copper, sort of like copper, but rusty, bars that have rusted over, and you see a pile of corpses, and amongst the pile of corpses, you see it's a woman, and you just see her face staring out, saying, "Help me," trying to see where you guys are.
Who are you?
Help.
I think she said her name is Help Me.
I hate to sound like Nash, but I'm not sure I trust this. There's no sign of Thailander, and we already know he can change forms.
Help.
Ask her who she is.
I did. She just says help.
Oh, time, help.
Somebody throw something on her. That seems to work for us a lot.
Can I, looking in, do I perceive any sort of trap or pressure plate or anything that
You can do a
might
perception
be a
check to see if you
triggering
can
mechanism?
Experience.
You said perception, right?
Yeah.
15.
You take a look in just to see if you can notice anything amiss or anything that jumps out at you that's worth investigating. You see brick flooring. This room seems poorly kept. It stinks like death in here. You smell the stench of corpses. Nothing jumps out at you as being a trap or anything to worry about.
Do you want me to check for magic? I asked the team. Because I should be able to... I can't remember, Bo, if we've done this before. Can I detect him? If he's metamorphosized into somebody else, I should be able to sense that.
That was the province of spells. You can't use a skill check to uncover magical subterfuge. You can use it to get a sense here if something is magical or has the markings of things that are magical. Being a sorcerer, you didn't study magic.
Right.
You have an innate knowledge of it. So basically, you're just looking to see if you intuit magic, and generally that's done by feeling the mana waves around something. But in order to dispel or detect intended subterfuge would require the spells for it, the magic for it.
Okay, well, I don't want to dispel anything. I just want to see if there's something funky in here outside of the smell. So I'm going to do an Arcana check. It will be, that's +5, so 19.
You detect nothing unusual in terms of magic. Anything you look at, the bars, the brick wall, there's like a little small corner table in the room. Nothing jumps out at you that causes any suspicion.
Right.
Now that I'm in here, can I get a better look at who's calling for help?
Yeah, you can. As you approach into the room, you see that amidst the pile of corpses, buried under a couple, there's sort of a woman. You can just see, her neck, shoulder, wearing a dirty sort of jerkin, but isn't moving, and is just staring up, very pale, very skinny, very unfed. She says, "Help me."
And is she behind bars, or she's just in the room in general?
She's behind the bars.
If I approach the bars, am I able to reach out close enough to touch her?
Yeah, you can touch her from there.
And these are the bars here, right? This divider? Okay.
I'm going to reach out, because I am also able to magically alter my form, which means I have some knowledge at how it works. I'm going to reach out and try to put my hand around her wrist to see if I feel something before I actually touch her wrist. as if it's being magically depicted as smaller than it is.
You go to reach out for her wrist, but she's buried under corpses and you don't see her limbs. You have to drag a corpse off of her or something to...
Nash, can we use your staff?
Oh, hell yeah. I
So excited about you.
I thought you never asked to use my
Oh,
staff.
hell yeah. We're going to do it.
That's a great idea because that thing's got a nail on it. You can drag stuff around.
Yeah.
Stanley, do you want the honors? Or you want me
There's
to do it?
something really odd about this. She's buried in bodies. She didn't put herself that way. I don't like this at all.
Please, there isn't much time.
What do you mean there isn't much time?
I just want you to give a message.
Hey guys, I'm really in a bad position here.
What is the message?
Do you know who Bertrand Mulg is?
Yes, I do.
He runs the Sapphire. You know him. You know him?
Yes, we're familiar with him.
Tell him that I'm sorry. And tell him that I love him. And that I'm sorry for what I've done.
And what is your name?
My name is Catherine.
Oh! Says Nash Magar to the Solar Mines.
Catherine Speckles, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's me. Just tell him that.
Yeah, it's totally
Tell
me.
him. And her eyes sort of roll up into the back of her head and loses consciousness.
Is she dead?
Can I tell if she's still breathing or not?
Doesn't look like it.
Let me poke her with my stick.
Nash.
What?
Okay, you reach out with the stick and poke her, but in order to do so, you do have to move aside one of the corpses.
Okay.
Nash,
So
respect
you
the
lift
dead.
up the corpse and move it aside.
I don't know if
It
she's
reveals
dead.
It reveals, you see sort of half of a body. You see that she has no arms and no legs as you reveal the corpse. And you see sort of cauterized like areas where the shirt's cut off.
I needed the food.
And she has the look of someone that they've been cutting body parts off to eat potentially. She's got no arms and legs. And they're now like her eyes are sort of, they're not closed, but they're rolled up back there.
Damn it, Thailander is a monster. I don't
I
care
bet.
what his ultimate goals are. This is a man who doesn't deserve to live.
Agreed. Did he go down? He went down the chair hole? Is that what happened? I can't remember. Now.
He was an illusion, and he disappeared after he got
right.
shot.
Right.
And
Looks
you
like
have no
there's a
idea.
door in the corner, though.
I'm having Diablo memories of after you kill the Skeleton King, his throne moves and opens, and it's now a door. So I was thinking of that.
it does look like Leoric's chamber.
Yeah, it's like his tomb.
Okay, there is another door. This isn't a secret or anything like that. There is another door off to the opposite side of where the stage is at the end of the church area. This will be the only other exit from this room.
I'm still grinding the chair down.
There's just a lake of blood and body parts under.
Yes, we all did fantastic. What? Are we not? Is this not victorious? Are we not celebrating?
We're just not.
No, it is a victory, but in that other room we found Catherine Speckles. She's dead. They've been eating her.
She has no arms or legs.
Did they eat the deed?
We're thinking about
God.
putting her in a pile of leaves and calling her Russell.
I don't understand.
Human humor.
Nash, what is wrong with you right now?
That's like a, you know what that is? That's like a Sam Riegel comment.
Who's Sam Riegel? Is that a
Is
kid?
it the guy from Critical Role? He just always
Yeah.
does that.
Oh.
Are you
Oh,
Ford
Sam from
Explorer
the-
or a Ford
Yeah.
somehow. Anyway, he's just like always punning. That's like that was bad.
That was
Nash.
that was
That was really
good,
bad.
but it was really bad.
Well, she's dead.
If we're going to progress further, I think we may want to consider taking a rest here. Just a short one. Quick recovery before we push forward.
We should probably check these bodies for any useful stuff.
Hey, what's everyone doing?
Is checking bodies considered light activity?
I
Like
mean,
a
it
short
takes like 2
rest?
seconds to look through the
Yeah.
bodies.
All right. I think we should look through the bodies and just take a short rest.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Is
You
that
sure, you sure you want to take a short rest?
Well, I
does-
mean, we're not going to sleep. It's just sitting on the pews, tending to wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Bo knows something.
But that would give Thailander time.
Right. I think we.
You're in the lair of a person you've been chasing. I'm just gonna lay it out to you this way. And so you didn't kill him. He sent some minions after you, and I think now is a good time to take a break.
Well, everybody's beaten up, but I suppose yes, we could continue on.
And this is a door here? This?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What is this here?
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be too meta-gamey, but I'm just trying to lay out the situation for you so you don't cry when something really bad happens to you.
Yeah, what is this?
Okay.
What is this
We
up
go
here?
through the door.
Is this a chest?
Before we move forward, does anybody need healing? Is anybody in a bad way?
No, it'll look like I kind of light on fire, and then all of my wounds will heal up. And I'll stare at the door.
Okay. To answer your
incredible.
question, Nash, there is a chest sort of stuck by one of the.
Oh, I thought that was an air vent, but I
Braziers.
don't. I don't know why I thought that, but that's what I thought it was.
Well, then I want to go doop, 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 and open that.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's locked.
Oh. Does it, Can anyone pick this?
Can smash it.
Yeah, but you might break what's inside, big guy. I'm gonna start calling him big guy.
I accept.
Do we? I'm trying to think. I don't have anything magical. Should probably check for traps. I want what's in there, though. Don't you guys?
Of course we do.
That could be the deed.
Indeed.
Perhaps I only break the top.
Go for it.
Attack roll if you're going to attack it.
I'll attempt a strength check first to, get my fingers in the crack and try to pop it open.
Yeah.
Strength check. 15.
So it's made of a steel, reinforced steel. As you sort of run your fingers through it and try and pierce it open, you're not able to get into it.
Foul box.
You could say that about this whole dungeon.
Well, there were no keys on the body. It's maybe safe to assume that Thailander has the key to this chest.
What about one of his fingers? They could have
We
a
just
key.
check the fingers.
Oh,
Fingers, they didn't have anything.
Oh,
on
we
them
already
except
did
for
that?
Body parts.
Oh,
They had
okay.
eyeball sandwiches on them and stuff.
I think we move forward.
Yeah. Can we check? Nash,
Can I get your marching order?
Nash wants to just very quickly check underneath the carpet here by the throne, just to make sure you didn't hide a key
Sure.
there. No one
Investigation
hid
check, please.
a key. Okay.
Just picture. All right, let's all get moving. We turn around. We just see Nash with the carpet lifted up, going.
16.
Mm-hmm. So you look underneath and you find some ants, some millipede. One of the millipedes actually just runs up your arm and jumps into your mouth. Roll a dexterity save.
Well, I'm gonna eat it. That sounds all right. I've had worse.
Oh, you don't need
Hakuna
to save? You
Matata, Nash.
No,
don't
let
have
it-
to roll if you accept it.
Yeah, let have its way. I want to eat it.
It jumps. It sort of just leaps. It's a big, like, deep underground millipede. You've never seen this up on the surface. So it has the ability to leap. It leaps into your mouth, and rather than try and fight it, you let it leap in, and you take a, and you hear a crunch.
Yeah.
As you break it up in there's little legs gracing the inside of your cheek,
Oh.
and you eat it, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Protein.
Do I get any healing from that?
No, but it tasted delicious, and you don't find anything else. You investigate under the carpet, and it's just there's bugs, lots of bugs there.
All right, no key. Let's go.
Well, at least you found a snack. Boy, am I relieved.
More relatable by the day.
All right, marching order.
I'll be in the back.
I'm at. You asked about health. I'm at 17 of 35, but I know you got dice and whatnot to save and.
Yeah, I could give you a quick little heal, seeing as while we're here. I will cast Cure Wounds at first level on Vorel, and you will get back. You get back 11 hit points.
Oh. Nice.
Darn near perfect.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stanley.
Okay, so you guys are moving on. I have Vorel, Stanley, Hope, Stanley. That doesn't make sense. Vorel, Nash, Hope, Stanley.
Yeah. Well, we're a little stacked at the moment, yeah.
Okay, so you guys open up the door. Opens up to a small, narrow, bricked hallway. You turn the corner and walk down the hallway. Are we doing this stealthy? Are you going with purpose and speed? How's
I've
the
got a
approach?
purpose to my walk.
Okay, so you guys make your way down, and you hear like a. You walk into this really large opening as the brick fades away and it continues into a room. And now we've moved into a new room on the roll 20, which you can see. We move into a new room, and as it opens up, you see Thailander above a cauldron, and he seems to be making motions with his hands, and he's making motions with his hands and saying, Abu Bratite Hastu Hashishe, and he seems to be casting something. And as you approach closer, before you set out to commit to some kind of action, you see looming over him, about 20 feet tall, this giant beast. You don't notice at first. It looks like it's a part of the rock face, but there's this giant beast, and it's winged, and the wings open up to reveal a black body. And the black body looks oily, and it's got like oily face, and the eyes burn white, and the mouth burns white. And it looks around, and it seems to make a smell, and it looks directly down the hallway as if it can see you through the wall and just know you were there. And it says, "Hello, adventurers! We meet again!" And that's it for this week.
Oh, man!
Yeah!
Quiz.
Woo-hoo-hoo! All right. Well, there you have it. Oh, man. That room scares me. Everything about that room is scary to me, and I can't wait to get in there. We'll do that next week here on There Will Be Dungeons. Folks, if you're listening, thanks for watching live. Thanks for being here with us. And if you have any thoughts and things you want to say to us, we post every episode every week, not only on the podcast, not only up on YouTube and everywhere else, but up on the site at There Will Be Dungeons. You can leave comments and ask us questions. There's ways to contact us there. We encourage you to do that because we love hearing your feedback. We'll be back next week with the continuing adventures of There Will Be Dungeons. Until then, for me, for Bo, for John, for Kristen, for Kyle, we'll see you then. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Well done, everyone.